Beep. Love you.
There are two things I have always fantasized about. One would be being able to pilot a giant mech, and two would be being British. King crumpets, isn't it? And I never expected Underdogs to bring both of my dreams to life. I mean, fighting mechs in what remains of Great Britain, that's gonna be a dream come true for anyone, right? Right? I always hesitate to pick up a new game.
Shut up and take my money!
Well, maybe not, but I am for a lot of VR titles. It's kinda hard to tell what's worth it, and what actually brings something of value to the table. Well, Underdogs has shown me that it brings something great into the VR space. I mean, a boxing roguelike? They really hit the robo dog on the head with this one. So here are some of the things I really like so far about Underdogs. Number 1, taking your mother out. Anyway, the movement slaps like super hard. Look at this.
Oh, this is sick. Favorite add-on.
The upgrades. Every death brings you more items and more combinations. And mostly, the best thing for me is the feeling of being a mech pilot. I mean, shadowboxing inside of a mech that copies your movements, it's pretty epic. Not only am I a goofy monkey man in the real world, I'm also a goofy badass in a giant gorilla mech. Like damn, how's that for power fantasy? So not only do your controls line up with the game in reality, everything you do in real life happens in the game. No. And the game is super accommodating with how you can approach fighting. You can punch in any way you like, and even go gadget grab something. But when the situation gets a bit frisky, I like to body slam each and every enemy out of my way. Speaking of enemies, there's a few different kinds, like the Exploder guy, the Crab Man, the Good Purper,
It's okay. I love
Scary Crab Man, and my personal favorite, get it off, get it off! There's a few variations of each, but let's talk about the bosses. They feel the right amount of challenging to me, even though the first one I trusted with, I beat through sheer stupidity. Anyway, there is one thing that frustrates me about this game. It's the repair system, but given this is a roguelike, it's to be expected that between every fight, you need to repair the damaged mech parts. But sometimes, it's really easy to miss the opportunity, or repairs don't quite go as planned. But this is pierogi per roguelike, so it also has the flip side of encouraging you to change your approach and plan ahead by buying self-refueling repair kits and one-time use repairs. The higher up you go, the more worn out you become. But dealing with that for me is definitely a skill issue, or a fitness issue. And you can also do different activities and events between fights, including repair your mech, go shopping, go to events, commit crimes, and search for parts. I think this is primarily how you meet people and get new patrons. There are different store owners, and having patronage of them can get you items from their shop that you get to choose at the end of fights. Hailing and crimes are fairly straightforward. They get you into random events, and in them, you could be scavenging, fighting, or meeting people. Normally, you'll be presented with an opportunity to take a risk or a reward. And then, a second one. Like in scavenging, you can get ambushed, and then you have to fight, which is another roll of the dice, so the gains can far outweigh the risks a lot of the time. There's also sabotaging as well, where you can pay a bit of money to get an advantage in your next fight by damaging opposing mechs. There's trading, which is basically just item selling, hustling, which is to earn some dosh, and of course repairs. I'm probably going to be missing out on a few, as there are specialty people who do things like sell decoys or robots, but I'm still exploring the game, so please forgive me for the incompleteness. When you go into stores, you can sometimes encounter a random event and even help out a shopkeeper. Anyway, upgrades in this game are cool, like so cool. My favorite so far is the taser add-on for the grabby claw, which makes the robots you grab get shocked so that they constantly take damage. It's a lot of fun and does give me some peace of mind in battles. So yeah, there are attachments and different hands too. I've only really tested the big hammer punchy arm, which does bonus damage, but feels a bit clunky because it's a giant metal brick. The other ones I've seen are the extendo claw, regular punchy, and the nail fist. which I assume is when you punch something and it nails them. Pretty straightforward. Other add-ons and attachments can go in your cockpit too. And these attachments can give you new powers, like releasing blast waves or temporary invulnerability. There's a few honorable mentions for add-ons and upgrades, but I don't want to spoil the surprises. So, fight preparation. Before you go into combat, you can switch around your items and mech parts. You could swap out damaged arms for other ones you own, which can be a good move. Repair yourself using kits and apply your add-ons and upgrades. Next up, the story is pretty straightforward. You're Rig or Ricardo, one of two British bros looking for a better life out in New Broca. The only place without an AI trying to murder your little brother King. And to get in, you need to fight for it. Alright, I think that's it for this one. Thanks for watching, and have a good life, internet stranger. Feel free to check out this other video of me attempting to beat a tower boss in Palworld with only humans.